Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're interested. Hey, let's get to doing a random ranking. Let's go to my movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, and if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so, and then I'll dive into that comment section and we'll talk cinema. But let's get to picking some movies. Okay. So, let me try and reach all the way back here. I'm still here, everybody. I haven't left you. I'm still here. Oh, this feels like a Blu-ray, maybe? I think I just grabbed a Blu-ray. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe something all the way over here. Let's not pull a back muscle now. Let's not pull a back muscle. Oh, what is this? This feels strange. Oh, maybe that's not as strange as I thought. Oh, felt it in this area. All right, and then let's go down low. Low. Should I lower the tie? Loosen the tie. Bring it down. What am I quoting? Who knows that? Loosen the tie. Bring it down. This is great. This is great. Oh, I didn't know I had the slip for this. Maybe I did. Okay, so, I don't know. I guess if people know my channel, they may know where I'm going with this, but I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I can't remember the order in which I pulled them, so I will pull them. I'll show them in the order in which they're faced here. So the first film is Minority Report, directed by this fellow right here. I don't know if you can tell. That's old Steven Spielberg right there, as he looks on the hit television show cartoon from the 90s, The Animaniacs. Did anybody watch the reboot? I watched a little bit of the reboot. I don't know if I watched it all, though. But from the 90s, man, that was great. There was also a show that was very similar to it called Historia? Not as well remembered, but very good. Excuse me, there was also Tiny Toons, right? That was great. Okay. So, anyway, Minority Report is a fantastic movie. Steven Spielberg directed it, stars Tom Cruise, and it has to do with, like, I can't think of the word right now, but I guess I'll explain it the long way. You have, like, people who haven't committed a crime, but in their mind they have thought up the crime, and those people get arrested and charged even though they never committed a crime. So it's like pre-crime. These cops are taking care of criminals before they even commit the act. But the thing is, are we even positive they actually would have committed it? Like, perhaps in a blind fit of rage, you have these ideas, but are you actually going to go through with them? 12 Angry Men. You know, I think that's a wonderful example right there. You know, he's like, I'm going to kill you, and then he doesn't actually mean it, but in his mind and in his heart, he's very angry with this person, and he's probably maybe imagining it, but he's not actually going to do it, right? Do you remember that? So if he was living in this world, he would have himself been arrested and charged, that sort of thing. So it's a really good idea about, like, concept in regards to, like, our minds, and like, in a way, like freedom of speech, I guess. It probably dives into that a little bit. Freedom of thought. There you go. So, you know, thought police. That's basically what it is. They're the thought police. So, great film. Maybe even more relevant today, I guess. I don't know. All right, so next we have Lady in the Water. So this is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I love it a lot. It's a fairy tale. I know it was sort of, if I remember correctly, advertised to be one of Shyamalan's, you know, like horror twist movies, but it's not that at all. So don't go in thinking it is. Think of it as a poetic, modern, contemporary fairy tale, where a fairy tale sort of jumps out of the book, jumps out of its story, and comes into our world and invites these adults who are all going through these issues to sort of participate in the fairy tale in saving this nymph creature here, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, inviting them to sort of participate to get her back to her enchanted land under the sea. So it is, I think, a wonderful movie. Sure, it has one issue that I can think of. It sort of breaks its own rules a little bit, but, you know, Jurassic Park. Everybody loves Jurassic Park. It broke a visual rule. We have that flat paddock, but then in the next scene, it's a giant cliff, right? So, you know, these things happen in movies. And you just have to go with them. Give yourself up to them. Give yourself up to this movie, and I think you can enjoy it. And you know, a lot of the backlash against it is due to like behind the scenes stuff. So if you just kind of don't go into that, like every review I've ever read, that's mostly what they're talking about. They're not talking about the movie. They're talking about other drama that is not within the film itself. So I really love this movie. Next we have Doomsday, and I have not watched this in so long. Okay, so this, I'm trying to remember, this is the one, here, let me make sure I got this right. Okay, we have an epidemic. This has been a long time since I've seen this. Post-apocalyptic, okay. And then this is the end, right? The end, like, you have these like little pods or something that end up in the ocean or something, or water. And that, like, on maybe a different planet or something. I can't remember. But I remember the end. And maybe they did make a sequel to this, like a straight-to-DVD thing. Because I think I remember liking this movie, but thinking, like, liking it enough. But then thinking, like, when it ended, that's when I really wanted to get going. Like, it was like, oh, man, this, you know, this is where I wish the movie would have started. I think this would have been the cool part. Another movie that's that way, Independence Day Part 2. That movie sucks. I don't like it at all. It's bad. And as you're watching it, you're thinking this is a bad movie, and it's true. But they come up with a concept, an idea within that movie to continue the story with like a third and fourth, maybe fifth film. And that ending is when things start getting interesting. But then, you know, that movie bombed. Nobody liked it. So we're not going to go anywhere with those movies, unfortunately. Because that second one was so bad that we're not going to get to what seemed like the possible interesting stuff in a part 3. And that's sort of how I remember feeling about this movie, is the sequel will probably be good. Did they make a Doomsday 2? Did they make a Doomsday 2? Oh, Bob Hoskins is in this. Smee from Hook. From Hook. I'm trying to think who else is in this. Do I know any of these other people? Malcolm McDowell, yeah. But anyway, I need to give this a rewatch because it's been a long time. I probably have not watched this since I bought it, which was probably soon after it came out-ish, somewhere around there. So it's been a long time. But how are we going to rank these? I think people know. If you know me, this is what we're ranking right here. This is it. It is going to go Lady in the Water, then it's going to go Minority Report, and then Doomsday, which unfortunately does need a second viewing because it's been a while. Look at that. I got the unrated version. Do you think that's full of swearing and nudity? Who knows? Usually it just means an extended cut. Just some generic deleted scenes. It's not raunchy or anything like that, more sexualized. It's just a couple minutes of extra footage. So, Lady in the Water, Minority Report, then Doomsday. My question to you is, have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.